on CBS 12 News this morning. Another record shattered in Florida, not the kind we want. The latest COVID case count is staggering. We'll show you.
Palm Beach County School District not only defying the governor's executive order on masks, but now they might sue him. Why the school board is looking into legal action.
Plus, another local police officer fighting to stay alive and beat COVID. How his law enforcement brothers and sisters are rallying around him and the kind of care he's getting in the hospital. CBS 12 News this morning starts now.
You're watching CBS 12 News this morning.
We are waking up to a wet morning. Take a look at that radar. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Lincoln.
It is all lit up back there. I'm Ashley Glass. Heavy rain, strong wind overnight. I'm sure you heard it, too. Let's take a live look from downtown West Palm Beach. This was last night. Our meteorologists are tracking it all for us this morning. Zach, you actually shot this video, yes?
I did. I got soaked doing it, but I had fun.
Got to find an overhang there, Zach. All right, first of all, let's get to meteorologist Laura Lesky. What can you expect for that morning drive?
See, I just take videos from the window. Let's take a look right now at Storm Track Radar. Yeah, we got a lot of rain and some thunderstorms and some downpours coming through this morning. Remember yesterday I mentioned a little tropical wave that's going to be coming over the area during the overnight hours? That's what this is. Now, all of the Saharan dust that was in place helped with all of the gusty winds we dealt with yesterday. When you've got really dry air in the mid-levels, you end up with really gusty winds at the surface. That's why we had so many severe thunderstorm warnings late yesterday evening. We got a nice thunderstorm right now right near Vero Beach. You can see all of that lightning. Fellsmere, you can probably hear the thunder. Very soggy all across Okeechobee County right now. And then a couple of storms out near the Acreage and Loxahatchee right now, down Okeechobee Boulevard with a nice downpour there. Heavier rain coming on shore as well near West Palm Beach down to Lake Worth Beach. So we're seeing the rain and the storms for the morning, at least for the morning commute. I think we'll be a little bit drier, closer to around 9 or 10. And then the rest of our day doesn't look too bad. Aside from 1 or 2 little passing showers or storms, our atmosphere is using up all of the energy now. So rain chances today are going to be highest for the morning. Matt, Ashley?
All right, Lauren, take a look right now on our roads here, on-time traffic, and this is in northern Palm Beach County, where we're seeing no slowdowns there, the Juno Beach, Jupiter area. And our traffic tracker on the road, southbound Australian Avenue in West Palm Beach. You see wet roads, so make sure you're careful when you go out there, but right now, no major problems. Well, this morning, COVID cases continue to rapidly spread across the state. New numbers coming in showing the state broke yet another record. More than 26,000 cases were reported yesterday. That's the highest daily count ever, breaking last month's record. Kids right here in Florida, across the country, are getting some of the worst of it. Cases in children in the U.S. have surged over the last month from around 38,000 in the end of July to more than 180,000 in this month. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. And we are seeing those numbers pop up in our local schools. There are thousands of students in Palm Beach County with COVID and in quarantine right now. The number this morning, 2,200. But as we have been reporting, because of delays in updating this dashboard, the numbers might actually be higher.
And this rise in COVID cases in schools that have our local school leaders really considering what to do about masks. Last week, the Palm Beach County School District issued a mask mandate, and now the school board voted unanimously to pursue legal action against the governor's ban on mask mandates in schools. I want to go to Kara at the live desk. You've been following this all week long. What are we talking about? What kind of legal action?
Well, actually, after a 4-hour heated meeting, the Palm Beach School Board officially giving the green light for its lawyers to explore suing the governor over the mask mandates, or at least joining other lawsuits against him. And while all of this is preliminary, it's a big step for the district, as it could be at risk of losing state funding for defying the governor's order. Just last week, the Florida Department of Education sent warning letters to Broward and Alachua counties, ordering them to comply with the governor's order or face consequences. Those districts now risk losing state funding, but board members say they're willing to defy the governor's order if it means the safety of Palm Beach County students. Take a listen.
These are, polarizing issues, but at the end of the day, protecting children is not polarizing. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah, of course, this decision not sitting well with every parent. One man was arrested, as you see right there, for refusing to leave the school board meeting last night. Things got a bit chaotic. We'll be breaking down everything that happened with that part of the meeting, as well as the charges he is now facing this morning. That's coming up in just a few. Ashley?
Back with you, 6:05 now. Indian River County School District is the latest in our area. Added to the list, they issued a mask mandate. So starting on Monday, students kindergarten through 8th grade and staff will have to wear a mask. Parents can only opt out for their kids with a medical note. Superintendent Dr. David Moore tells CBS 12 News he's not afraid to make this kind of decision and go against the governor's order.
If we don't respond to what we know is not working, we're going to see classroom closures, grade level closures, school closures. I'm not afraid to make the difficult decisions because I'm not afraid to be fired.
This morning, we're expecting to learn more about Dr. Moore's plans. He's going to go live on Facebook 8:30 this morning to go over the new mandate. If you have any questions, this is a good place to listen in. We have the link to watch on our website now, cbs12.com.
And Governor DeSantis is not backing down from these districts going against his mask mandate. The governor standing firm on parents having the right to choose whether their kids should wear a mask in schools. Listen to this.
We have a parents' bill of rights in this state. We think the parents are best situated, to make that decision. And if these entities are going to violate state law and take away parents' rights, obviously there are, it's the way it works. There's consequences for that. There'll continue to be more.
And so far, these are the 10 school districts across the state that have mask mandates and are not letting parents opt out. That means these districts could lose state funding equal to the salaries of their board members. These mask mandates apply to more than half of all students in the state.
6:06 now, and tomorrow, judges expected to rule on a lawsuit filed by dozens of parents all across Florida about mask mandates in schools. The state argued in court that parents should have the right to decide whether their kid wears a mask. But attorneys representing the parents say mandatory masking keeps kids safe. So we will make sure to let you know, of course, how this all plays out in court and when a decision comes down.
6:07, a new Quinnipiac University poll shows Florida voters are divided about how the governor is doing right now. 46% approve his response to the pandemic, while 51% disapprove. Right now, Florida is one of the nation's hotspots for COVID.
A police officer in West Palm Beach has to put his Army training to use every single day when he's out there on the streets working violent crime scenes.
And this morning, he is fighting for his own life on a ventilator with COVID-19. His doctors say he needs another life support machine that is hard to find.
Our Lily Ortiz has this story.
Ecmotherapy, which is known as a treatment of last resort for severely ill patients, requires specialized training, staff, and hospital space. It's been an uphill battle trying to find it, as only a few hospitals in the U.S. offer this treatment. And I spoke with the officer's wife, and during our interview, her calls for help were heard. A special law enforcement escort from a hospital to a private airport for one of their own Wednesday. U.S. Army veteran and West Palm Beach police officer Anthony Testa has been in the ICU on a ventilator battling COVID-19, and now he's headed to Cleveland, Ohio.
It's a nightmare that I can't wake up from. With the pandemic going on, there are no ECMO machines available in the state of Florida.
After 3 weeks at the hospital and no significant improvement, Officer Testa's wife, Janine, says doctors desperately search for hospitals with an ECMO machine, a treatment that pumps blood out of your body, oxygenates it, and puts it back in, giving the heart and lungs a break.
At this point, it's a 76% survival rate, and I'll take it because we're still fighting.
It takes a team of doctors and nurses to monitor each patient on the machines. People are in line to use them in this current COVID surge, and now there's hope.
He fought for this country. He did a lot. He's been through a lot, and this is the support we need to get him through this. This is what he deserves.
For 5 years, Officer Testa has put his Army medic training to use when responding to shooting scenes, buying and carrying medical supplies far beyond the standard first aid kits. He has since trained other officers and is now making a difference.
He was a combat medic. He saved quite a few lives in the community. Last time I had contact with Officer Testa, he was actually applying a tourniquet to a gunshot victim. He saved his life.
I don't know where I would be today if I did not have this department.
A show of support as law enforcement and nonprofit organizations band together with monetary donations and toys for Testa's family as his journey to recovery begins.
We're going to get through this. You've already been through hell, and you can get through this, and you're a fighter.
The department has been hit with tragedy after losing one of their own last week. 47-year-old Officer Robert Williams passed away to COVID. The 20-year veteran will be laid to rest this Saturday. In the studio, I'm Lily Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
It's 6:10 now, and as we're getting you ready for the day, the deadline only 5 days out to finish up evacuations in Afghanistan. And new this morning, Florida senators are reacting to how it's all going down. You will hear from them.
And a new team taking over the investigation into the Surfside condo collapse. How long they say it could take for them to get any answers. That's in 5 minutes.
And we're tracking a tropical wave, Invest 99L, just south of Jamaica. What the National Hurricane Center did this morning and why this wave is so concerning for the United States Gulf Coast. We'll break it all down for you after the break.